Yo, I know as soon as I like really start going and just get into it, my dog gonna start barking up hell, and I'm gonna have to bring her up down here. And if I do, she ain't gonna be too pleased at me because she gonna ruin the flow. But in any event, let's get into it, man. I just wanted to kind of quickly just talk about some content and where the algorithm and things are going, how Instagram kind of changed, and what I'm specifically doing with content right now. The most important thing that I think people should really know and take advantage of is the fact that organic growth with content is now back on Instagram. Hold on, let me just make sure this is checked. All right. Bop, 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 bop. This where we at. Cool. Organic growth is finally back on Instagram. And it's like when they rolled in the ads and everything, man, they really fucked everything up. And they wanted you to pay to play. I think once they brought in the verified badges and everything, and you could get one of those, it was like, all right, we eating good over here. Y'all could grow again, and it helps the platform. So specifically, just how organic growth works now, and this is something that I heard Gary Vee talking about a couple weeks ago, and it really kind of sat with me. I wish I could pull the clip up right now. I ain't even gonna take the time to do that. When I clip this up, I'll probably put that in there. But he was talking about how we're no longer in the social media era, and we're in the social interest era. Where like you don't go on Instagram and see the stuff that your cousin posted on his cruise or what your aunt's cooking for dinner no more. You go on and the first thing you see is probably the last thing that you search, like what you're showing the algorithm that you're interested in now. Like if you want to see more of it, click it once and it'll be right there. That's great because for content creators, people with no following, huge following, whatever, you can make content and videos, because I'm kind of more specifically talking about videos and reels, about things that just people are interested in. And if it's good enough, it'll reach people no matter what your following is. And that is like extremely useful for growing a platform, for getting new reach and everything. Now, how you make use of it to, further whatever you're trying to do is all on you. I'll get into that at another point, but just the sheer fact that now you can post something that people will relate to and people outside of your following can like quickly get it is fire. And at the same time, though, we got organic reaches back. Graphics and carousels are being used differently, and it's been being used differently for a long time. And I think now with the push on reels and short form content, that people just say, you know what, just screw it. I'm not even bothering with graphics because nobody sees it. But there is a specific use for it, and I'm still kind of working it out a lot more. But let me just bring you to my page just to show you. All right, so this is my grid right now. My last, what is that? 8 post. Cool. Or 8, 12 posts, whatever. But let's more focus here. The problem with graphics and carousels just in as a whole is the problem with graphics and carousels as a whole is the fact that they don't organically reach people like reels are. And when you post one, like if you post a reel, you can scroll down the analytics and engagement, and you can see where the traffic is coming from. If it's coming from your feed, your profile, stories, Reels tab, and all of it. With an image post or a carousel, you don't necessarily get that same thing. Like discard the fact that the search feature on when you're searching for something, like you can no longer. At least I haven't figured out again of how to find when I'm. Let's say I'm searching smiles. I won't find everyone that's posted about smiles that day. You'll find the most popular. And that's fine, but that's what goes into hurting the reach of carousels and graphic images. The way that, the same way that all content gets spread, but really the way that graphics and carousels get spread is by people sharing it. And so before, let's kind of, am I going to scroll down, scroll down? Let's go to this one right here. Before, when I was doing, started getting back into kind of carousels and what I would do with them, you do it for, I was trying like teaching information and also adding in the Twitter and kind of X stuff on there to kind of cross promote things. Bro, really teaching. My guy, JP. But yeah, just using it for information. And that's cool and all, but let's be real. People aren't trying to scroll through and read a bunch of words on something that they can go to the next person's video and just hear it and kind of understand it easier than having to read it, process it, and do all that. People not doing that shit no more. You want to get to the point. So I said, you know what? Instead of using carousels to teach people, because teaching content on Instagram in general, on social media, as far as shorts and clips, just is difficult. So instead, I said, you know what? This week specifically, I said, let me start to use it for relatable information, things that people will want to share. And that's why I did the let me hold that thought 1 second. Valley, I'm telling you right now, if you piss on my floor, if you poop on my floor, you're cleaning it up. Okay? Don't do it. Where was I? Things that people can share, right? You want the best use. Almost had to sneeze. The best use case scenario for graphics and carousels right now is, damn, it's like, when that sneeze is coming and it's right there. The best use for graphics and carousels right now is just relatable information. So I did earlier, like, things I say no to. And I was about to go crazy on this. Can I pay you later? No. Can I pay you an exposure? That should be a hell no. And can I, whatever it is, no. Something simple like that. And that's something that a lot of not just content creators, but business people can really relate to. Those struggles of when people is just asking you for just ridiculous stuff. And yeah, but just things like that is what I'm focusing on making more use for on carousels and graphics and everything, because we want to use information that people can share. So while we're kind of here talking about that portion of content, like, let's talk about what's not working, right? Let's really get a little deeper into it. This post right here, the missing content funnel. This has some great information. The views got stalled out. Like when I first posted it, like it got maybe a couple hundred views on Facebook, but the views on Instagram for like the first couple hours was like 4. Like 2 people saw it. Hell, I'm the only one that liked it on my Stro Styles page. The the content, the information was there. Maybe it wasn't clear enough on the payoff and the message and what I'm really doing here. But this is a great information piece. But let's just talk about the style and build of it. There's nothing really visually going on here outside of like when I'm clicking through the screens. Cool, but when the video starts off, it starts off just super slow. Like, yeah, you see a little bit of movement there, but you kind of got to zoom in to really see it. And yes, Instagram hates non kind of natively formatted reels, which is a reel that takes up the whole screen. Like, Instagram hates when you do this. A video that's not necessarily full frame, and then now you have to fill out the rest of it. It especially hates it when you do some shit like I did right here, which is you just got you small as hell in the corner, something happening on the screen that they trying to figure out, and the point's not getting nailed home visually quick enough. So what happened here? This video got buried. Now, how could I have done this better? Well, one, I really had to do it like this because I forgot to hit record on my OBS, so I had to download the file from YouTube after it finished processing, and I had to resize it up. And after I resized it, if I resized myself in this little box, it would have just got extra blurry and pixely. So I said, you know what, I'll just put it out like this. The better way would to be have I recorded it, I made myself fit at least half of this top part, so you can see me, and at least you see my head moving and me talking and all that, and instantly adds more movement to the visual. And then just have what's going on at the screen down at the bottom. Maybe have a title in the middle or flash over that. The missing content funnel is good, but that's better for kind of grabbing you on a different piece of information. Should have definitely been a different title, a stronger title, a better title, and that would have gone in the beginning. So now when you see me in the screen and me moving around on the Miller Lite website, you have a better idea of what I'm doing before the video starts. And like when I talk to people about content now and everything, that's one of the biggest things that I talk about. People always talk about have a strong hook and everything like that. but it's the whole way that the beginning of the video starts. It's not just the first thing that you say. Yeah, you could say something crazy, outlandish, do a kind of pattern interruption, maybe where's the, you see those videos where there's like the crack in the screen and then you're scrolling because you're trying to figure out if your screen crack. Do pattern interruptions and all of that. And you need that, but you also need to tell people what this is before they can commit to the rest of the video. You're scrolling on the Reels tab, scrolling through Reels, and you're just going, going, going. If you come across something and if it's not instantly just instantly engaging, you're gonna keep scrolling. So for content like this, like you need to tell people what they're getting from the very beginning. No, I like doing videos like these now too because they get great reach. But also from the very beginning of the video, it tells you what you're gonna get. POV, realizing your camera gear sucks. Okay, so at some point in this video, I'm gonna find out that my camera gear sucks. That simple. I didn't even say nothing in this video. It's just like one of those like reaction type videos, facial expressions, but the point is nailed home instantly. You don't have time to waste now with your content and to be trying to slow walk the dog and slow bring people in. You could do that on YouTube. And even if you're doing that on YouTube, you got to do it in your long form videos. And even when you do it in long form videos, you still gotta tell people the point of what they're getting in the beginning to hold them to the end. Short form content, no time to play around. Let's see. Is there anything else I want to get at? Anything else on my mind? I know I did want to, I was going to do it in a different bit. No, I know there was another thought I had. What was it? It's late. I'm tired. That's why I got coffee because I will not remember. I definitely know I was going to talk about Rich Paul and what you said about what is that AI was more iconic than Kobe Bryant or meant more something like that. And even if he's right in a sense, out of all people that don't gotta do shit like that, he is in that list. Like I'm starting to believe that certain people don't need to talk on podcasts, don't need to be doing interviews and everything. I was gonna say another name, but you say certain names and your stuff just start getting flagged. So I'm gonna leave that alone. Y'all could fill in that blank of the person in this world who don't need to be constantly talking. You can figure that out. But Rich Paul is one of them, and like he's been on this run with that whole Austin Reeves thing and where he should be traded, and he explained why. But it's like you don't got to do that. You are attached to one of not only one of the biggest athletes and brands ever, but one of the greatest ever who is still active. And you don't need to be engagement farming. At the same time, though, we all looking at the phones, looking at the clocks and watches, waiting for that announcement to be made because we do realize that Bron's time is coming to an end. Like so, maybe Rich Paul's like, you know what? All right, cool, man. I'm set on the bread part, but I still want to be out here. So now I'm gonna really have to go and turn it up. But the shit that he's saying, even when it makes sense, it's like, bro, you don't got to be the one saying it. You just don't. I think that's all I got for tonight. When I got something more, I'll be back.